In this lecture, we are going to continue implementing data modeling in our Express app. And in this video, I will create a new room model, and we will also need to relate that room model with the hotel model. So let's first go ahead and let's create a room model. For that, let's go to VS Code. And here for now, I will close this hotel.js file. And in the models folder, I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to call it as room.js. And inside this room.js file, first we are going to create a room schema, and based on that we are going to create a room model. Now in order to create a schema, we are going to create a variable. I'll call it as mongoose, and here we are going to require mongoose package. Okay, and using this mongoose package we can create a schema. For that we can say new mongoose.schema. And to this we are going to pass an object, and inside this object we are going to specify what properties do we need for room model. So first of all, I'll create a variable here, and to that variable we are going to assign the schema which this schema constructor will return. So I'm going to call this as room schema. Now in here I want few properties. For example, a room should have a title. Okay, and the type for this title is going to be string, and it is going to be a required field. So I'll set the required to true, and here it should be required. All right, let me copy this. Okay, here I have missed a colon. Let's paste it here, and then I also want to have a description. So let's call this field as description. This is also going to store a string value, and here also I'm going to set this required to true. Then another field which I want for room is price. Now the type for this price is going to be number, and this is also going to be a required field. Then the another numeric field which I want is max person. So basically how many persons are allowed inside a room. So this is also going to be of type number, and it is required. Then what I also want is I want a room number for each room. So I'll call it as room number, and the type here I'm going to set it to number. Okay, and it is going to be a required field. And finally, I want one more field here which is booked dates. So this field, it is going to store an array. So here I'm going to set the type of this field as an array of date, and basically what this field is going to store is it is going to store on which dates that particular room is booked. Okay, so for example, let's say if a room is booked on 23rd of December 2025 and 24th of December 2025, then this array is going to contain those two dates. It is going to store those two dates. I hope this is clear. And then from here, let's go ahead and let's export. So for that here, I need to use module.exports, and I want to export mongoose.model. So basically here we want to create a model out of this room schema. Okay, and I want to call that model as room. So here we will specify the name of the model, and let's specify the schema. All right, so in this way we have created and exported a room model. Let's save the changes here. Now each room which we will create, it will be associated with a hotel document, and between a room and a hotel there will be one-to-many relationship. One hotel can have multiple rooms. Let's try to understand this diagrammatically. So as I mentioned, between the hotel and rooms there will be one-to-many relationship. One hotel can have multiple rooms, but one room can belong to a single hotel. One room cannot belong to multiple hotels. Okay, so here between hotel and rooms we have one-to-many relationship. Now to implement this one-to-many relationship, we are going to use reference approach. Here we are not going to use embedded document approach. Why? Because as we have learned, whenever we have one-to-many relationship, we should go with reference approach. And there are also other reasons for that. So first of all, since we have one-to-many relationship, that's why for establishing a relation between the hotel and rooms, we are going to use reference approach. Also, since there will be multiple rooms per hotel, the related data can be large. So if we go ahead and if we store the room documents directly inside the hotel document, then it is possible that the size of the hotel document might cross 16 MB size limit. And we want to avoid that, right? And what we also need is the room documents which we will create that can be updated independently. So when we want to update the related data independently, at that time also we go with reference approach. But in this case, when we are going to query the hotel detail, with that hotel detail, we might also want to query all the rooms associated with that hotel. So here we might want to query the related data together. So for that scenario, we have learned that reference approach is not a better option. When we want to read related data together, that time we should go with embedded document approach, because in that case, all the data can be read from the same collection. So it makes querying the data faster. So this is the only criteria which is failing when we are going with reference approach. But all other three criteria, it tells us to use reference approach and not embedded document approach. So that's why in order to establish a relation between hotels and rooms, we are going to use reference approach. Now, which type of reference we want to use here? Here, we are going to use child referencing. Basically, here, we are going to store the reference of all the child documents in the parent document. The parent document will be hotel document, and the hotel document is going to store the references of all the rooms associated with it. And since I want to query related data together, so when I'm going to query the hotel document, with that, I also want to query all the rooms associated with that hotel. So that's the reason why here I'm going to use child referencing, because in this case, the parent will know about all its child elements. So the hotel will know about all its rooms. And when we will query hotel, we can also query all the related rooms. If I go with parent referencing, where I can store a reference of hotel document in the rooms document, in that case, we have learned that when we use parent referencing, the parent document does not know anything about its child documents. So if the parent document does not know anything about its child documents, we cannot query the child documents while querying the parent document. So that's why here the child referencing is the approach which we are going to use, because as I mentioned, when we are going to query the hotel document, with that we also want to query all the related room documents. So I hope this is clear. And to achieve this, in the hotel model, we already have a field called rooms. And this rooms, it is going to store an array. It is going to store an array of string values. And those string values are basically going to be the object IDs of the related room documents. So inside this rooms array, we are going to store the object IDs of the related rooms. So whenever a new room will be created for a given hotel, we are going to update this rooms array of that hotel, and there we are going to add the ID of the newly created room. And let's see how we can do that in our next lecture. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.